Welcome to English and the Beauty of Language. This is the fourth video on Shakespeare's powerful women. I've just made a video about Lady Macbeth, and now I want to talk briefly about Portia from The Merchant of Venice. I mentioned in my previous video that The Merchant of Venice is a HSC text in the Australian HSC senior course. It's usually, I think, common module, which is human experience. There are many other Shakespeare plays in the module units, the comparative study and the close study or critical study in advanced English. Hamlet is the critical study, and you have Richard III, The Tempest, and others in the common and comparative study, module A. But Merchant of Venice is a popular one for common module, the human experience unit in the current HSC. This is 2022, of course. So Merchant of Venice is a comedy, but it's a remarkable comedy. It's got these fabulous characters. First of all, you've got Antonio and Bassanio, the merchants, and they are the crux of the play. Bassanio has lost his money and he goes to his friend Antonio and asks for a loan. Antonio promises to give him a loan, but then he can't come through with it. And so they go to Shylock, the moneylender, the famous Jewish moneylender, who is a remarkable character in Shakespearean drama. And this fabulous villain, Shakespeare, I think like a lot of great writers, Shakespeare loves a good villain. And Shylock is a fabulous villain. But then we move on from Antonio and well, not really Bassanio, but we move on from Antonio and Shylock into this fabulous adventure, this hero's journey, if you like, with Bassanio's pursuit of Portia, the Lady Portia, who in fact is the real main character of the play. And this is what, like I mentioned in my last video, separates Shakespeare's great works from his other fantastic plays, but which might not be considered masterpieces. And that is that Shakespeare subverts the genre, subverts the audience's expectations. Looking at Merchant of Venice, you would think that Antonio and Bassanio are the main characters in the play. And then you might think, well, it's also Shylock. He's the villain, but he's also a main character. But you would never think that Portia was in fact the main character. What play in those times would have a woman as the main character? But in fact, when you look at Shakespeare's great plays, so often that is the case, except perhaps for the last few where James I is on the throne with a man in control. And as I mentioned, or I think I put in a note on one of my videos, once Elizabeth dies in 1603, Shakespeare's masterpieces become distinctly more masculine. Othello with Desdemona. Desdemona is a fabulous but I think weak character. Iago, the villain, is the key to that play. Then you have Hamlet, which has Gertrude and Ophelia, are great characters, but really Hamlet, I mean, the male lead is just such a fabulous character. And you have also the villain, Claudius, and also a whole host of other male characters that dominate that play, from Laertes and so on, Polonius, and the actors and the whole thing. And of course, Horatio, Hamlet's friend, who is at the end of the final scene. So, and of course, the ghost of Hamlet's father. So Hamlet's a very masculine play. Ophelia and Gertrude. Gertrude is a kind of a cipher. She sits there and she goes on either side. She's ready to jump either side. She's kind of equivocal, or whatever the term is. She's neutral in a sense. And then there's Ophelia, poor Ophelia, who is a sort of a trope. She's the delicate flower who's crushed by the males in her life. She's crushed by the conflict. In many ways, Ophelia really is a trope. She's a stereotype of a female, of a weak female character who cannot handle pressure. She's lovely. She has some great lines. The scenes depicting her madness are remarkable. But in the end of the day, the play is a masculine play. And then, of course, you've got The Tempest with Prospero and Caliban. And the female character is not particularly powerful with Miranda in the story. So anyway, coming back to Portia, though. Portia is a fantastic lead character in the play. This is the lady in the hills with the money that Bassanio goes after. He hears this story that there's a princess or whatever a princess in the tower trope. That there's a princess in the tower somewhere whose wicked father has died, and invented this test for future partners who have to have to go through this test that the father has set to protect his daughter from suitors who are going to come trying to marry this rich heiress. And the father, in dying and leaving Portia unmarried, sets a test for the future husband. So there's the gold box and the silver box and the lead box. And the suitors, for those who don't know, and you've probably heard of it, it's so famous. It's Shakespeare basically invents game shows. There's a pick a box in the Merchant of Venice, as I love to talk to students about. And sometimes we play games like that in class, just to illustrate the fact that, in a sense, Shakespeare invents the game show in the Merchant of Venice. The suitors who come for Portia's hand have to pick either the gold box, the silver box, or the lead box. Of course, the gold box is designed to capture the money, the gold diggers, the men who are going to come for Portia just because of her money. Now, whether Bassanio falls into that category is an interesting question, but we won't go into that today. And then the silver box is to capture the vain men, right? And indeed, it does capture a vain suitor. The question of whether or not gold digging or vanity is a worse feature for a husband is, and again, another open question. Vain people, that is, people who consider themselves superior to others without cause, to a certain extent, people who find themselves fascinating above others, in a sense, narcissistic, if you like, I think is a word a lot of young people are probably familiar with. Often when they discover that they're not so fabulous, become embittered and resentful. And so vanity is indeed a dangerous thing when it's out of regulation in that sense, as Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice would agree, for those who understand the Jane Austen reference. Then there's the lead box, which is fascinating, of course. And for those who don't know, I won't ruin the story and tell you what box Bassanio picks, but the lead box is plain, humble, represents humility. Think of Christian ethics and the idea of the way that a person should comport themselves and be humble and unassuming. And but lead is also strong and malleable. Today in the modern world, we understand that lead is toxic, but no jokes about toxic masculinity, please. The lead didn't mean that to Shakespeare's audience, and it's not meant to be that way. The gold symbolises greed, the silver symbolises vanity, and the lead symbolises humility. But also, the lead is strong but malleable, and that's what Portia's father wants for her. He wants a man whom is strong and a good man, a humble man, but whom she can control. And that's indeed what she does. Because Portia's father understands her. She's a strong woman. And indeed, in the play, after she's married to Bassanio, that sets her free. She's only trapped in her maidenhood. What a remarkable theme for a play from the 16th century, that a woman is trapped by her maidenhood, that until she becomes a wife, she cannot realise her full power. There's a remarkable idea there, which in some ways you might argue is conventional, that marriage is a good thing and it's the fulfilment of a woman's life and so on. But I don't think that's necessarily what Shakespeare is arguing, unless he was written by somebody who was trying to persuade Elizabeth I to get married. It's quite possible that one of the lords asked Shakespeare to write a play about how beneficial marriage is for a woman. You see the same thing in The Taming of the Shrew with Kate and how she is set free by marriage. Anyway, but Portia is set free by marriage. When she marries Bassanio, not only does she inherit all the money that her father's left, but she becomes empowered by this malleable husband, not terribly bright, a kind of a Romeo figure. Indeed, I'll make another video about that. The sort of the modern male figure that Shakespeare talks about in his plays often, I think, is a consistent character, the Romeo, Bassanio figures that run through his plays. These sort of malleable young men who are kind of handsome and noble, but not terribly bright necessarily, and who are controlled by powerful women. So Portia then, when she's married to Bassanio, as those who know the play know, she then deceives him, goes to Venice, defends his best friend, saves Antonio from Shylock's machinations, literally wearing a pair of trousers and pretending to be a man. Fabulous idea. And a remarkable play and a remarkable character for its time. Thank you. I hope you're enjoying the videos of English and the Beauty of Language. If you like, please subscribe and like this video. Thank you.